So, hi, this is Divya Pandit, your tarot card reader, spiritual healer, and life coach. So, here I am, as I promised everybody that I will be making a video. Rather, I was supposed to come live, but the problem is that the internet is so bad. It's extremely bad. So, I decided to make a video. I wanted to teach everybody how to use crystals in their daily life, as I get so many queries, so many questions about crystals, right? See, I'm wearing one here. Here I'm wearing a jade, which I got from a Tibetan lady long time back. And these beads are also of jade. So that is on purpose I'm wearing this necklace today, because I'm doing crystal healing tutorials, right? So I'm going to start what I do in my workshops. Okay, I normally nowadays I take workshops on WhatsApp only, and my workshops goes on for I think more than 20, 25, 30 days. I don't keep any time limit. When people will call me and ask me how many days, I tell them, yeah, it'll take 7, 8 days, but I do keep on sharing information, and I love sharing. I don't close the groups, so the information keeps going on and it goes for a very long time, because I enjoy teaching. I love sharing information with everybody. You see, even today I was on my tarot reading workshop where I kept sharing more information, and it's really fun to connect with all my students. So I'm going to start with this crystal workshop with you. It's not a video just as a video, it's a workshop video for everyone, tutorials rather, for all my followers on YouTube. I gifted angel therapy to my Facebook followers. So I'm gifting a crystal healing short workshop for everybody, and very easy to do and easy to use. Okay, so first I'll be sharing that what colors are associated with our manifestations, with our emotions. Okay, the crystals that we choose, like you will always ask me in the comments, or people call me and ask me which one for what. You please repeat the name of the crystals. So here I'm going to teach you a way where you don't have to know the names of the crystals. You can just go by the colors. That is a very easy way to buy a crystal and know that which crystal I can buy for what problem. Okay, so first I'm going to start. See, I have my diaries here which I use in my workshops. So the first crystal I will talk about, red color. Now any red color crystal, be it carnelian, be it red jasper, be it any crystal which is red color, what does it do to your life? Red color basically brings a lot of power, inner power. Okay, it gets a lot of passion if there's no passion in a relationship. It also gets love. Okay, if you want fire in your relationship, then it's red color. Then red color also is very good for inner check, for inner, like people who are very laid back. Okay, they are not very fiery, they're very laid back people. You can gift that person a red color crystal, or keep a red color crystal with such a person that the person will have more enthusiasm in life. It's more of a fiery energy. Okay, then it's very good for protecting your love, for your relationship protection. Red color is very good. Then second crystal I'll talk about is pink color. Pink could be rose quartz. Rose quartz is one of the famous pink color crystals, right? So rose quartz, basically any pink color crystal is good for love. Basically the love is not just for your lover. The love is an unconditional love. A lot of unconditional love is there in the pink crystal. You can use it for your friends, for family, for your office colleagues, or you want to create a good balance between you and your boss. Pink crystal is for that. Pink crystal is also for reconciliation. If you want a reconciliation towards someone, you keep a pink crystal in front of that person's picture. You have to keep your picture and that person's picture and keep a pink color crystal. You will have a reconciliation with that person. Right? Now gold. Gold is one of my favorites, and it's a very rare crystal. Normally you get it in fool's gold. Okay? Pyrite. Pyrite is silver, and also there is something called fool's gold. Pyrite also comes in gold. So you use golden color crystals only when you want a miracle in life. You want actually the divine to come and show you the miracle. Okay, you want a big miracle in life. You're feeling, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. Only the universe can save me. Gold color crystal is good. It's good for ambition. It's good for winning. It's good for Basically, those people who want to rise very, very high. It's a crystal of abundance. Okay. Also, it's very good for addictions. People who are suffering from addictions, it's also very, very good one. Then we'll talk about clear quartz. Clear quartz basically gives you mental clarity. It gives you a lot of balance. It gives you good immune system. Also, clear quartz is a master crystal, remember. So any white clear, which looks almost like a glass, clear quartz. Of course, it's not going to be, it's a crystal, so it's not going to be absolutely clear, because if it's a natural formation and an original crystal, always remember, it will have lines inside, it will have little hazy, spots. It will have something inside. You will see it and you'll come to know it's a natural formation. Absolutely clear like glass. Be careful, it could be fake. Okay. So clear quartz, or rather any clear crystal, will give you more of mental clarity. And clear quartz, remember, is always a master crystal. So it can be used for anything. I can use it for any kind of problem. I just have to give a command to that crystal. Okay. Then there is another crystal which is white but little hazy white. It's not absolutely clear. Okay. That is very, very good for productivity. It's very, very good for people to keep it in their shops to create more productivity. At home, you can keep it inside your kitchen, which is very, very good. If you're working from home, you can keep it besides you. It's very, very good. It also gives protection. It also heals your hormones if you have a hormonal issue. It's very, very good for pregnancy. People who are already pregnant, women who are already pregnant, it's good for pregnancy. Your pregnancy will go smooth. Okay. Now I will talk about yellow color crystal. Yellow color crystals are very good for metabolism. Remember, people who are trying to lose weight. Very, very good for metabolism, for blood sugar, for skin issues, for concentration. You've recently gone for some kind of surgery, memory, okay? And also yellow crystals are very, very good for studies, intelligence. It's very, very good for money abundance. It has a lot of sun energy in it, okay? Then there is green. Green crystal is very, very good for fidelity. Means if you want fidelity in your marriage, in your relationship, you keep a green crystal with the intention. Okay. Then it is very good for luck. It is good for wealth. It is good for competition. It's good for health. It's good for winning any kind of, you're a sports person, or you're all the time giving exams, competitive exams. It's very, very good for any kind of green crystal. Aventurine, jade, there are so many. Okay. Then purple. Purple color crystal is very good for your third eye. It's extremely good for your third eye. It's extremely good for your spirituality. People who want to be healers, people who want to connect to the divine. If you feel you're sitting in front of your temple, your God, and the connection is gone, then amethyst, which is a purple crystal, purple color, any crystal is extremely good for that. Extremely good. Okay. Then there is blue crystal. Blue crystal is very, very good for ambition, for future. If you want to actually see your future bright, you can manifest with a blue crystal. It's good for your throat chakra. It's good for communication, right? It has a lot of it's good for eyesight also. I've written it down. It's good for eyesight also, right? Now we'll come to anxiety. It's a very big problem nowadays with people. People suffer from panic attacks. They suffer from anxiety. Anxiety issue is very popular nowadays between youngsters. So for that, you need a brown crystal. Brown crystal, which is anything brown. See, I have a tiger eye. It's kept here. I normally use it for my healings. That tiger eye is not a polished one. It's an unpolished tiger eye. So that is absolutely, looks absolutely brown. It looks like a normal stone, but that is extremely good for grounding. Whenever I sit for my healings, I keep that unpolished, absolutely raw tiger eye with me, because that gives me grounding when I'm healing someone. Okay, the grounding for anxiety, for security, for feeling that you are, some people don't feel, they get very hyper and they don't feel very grounded. That's why they're always jumping. They're always not stable. For that, brown crystals are very, very good. Okay. Then we'll talk about grey. Any grey color crystal is very, very good for shielding. Like I keep smoky quartz pyramid next to me as a tarot card reader, because that gives me protection. Anything gray is for protection. Remember this. It's very, very good again for a lot of shielding. It's very, very good for shielding. Like the same way black crystals are. Black crystals are also very good for shielding. They are also very good for let going of grief. If you have lost someone recently, or you still are holding on to a lot of sadness inside you, black crystals are also good for that. They're good for protection. Like I've said, I always speak about black tourmaline and obsidian, right? So it's very, very good for protection. Then the last one I will talk about is a silver. Don't worry, I'm going to be putting all this information in my description. So it is easier for you to buy a crystal and connect with a crystal, right? So silver crystal is basically very, very lucky crystal. It's very, very lucky for fertility, people who want to have children. It's very, very good for unexpected money. So if you have, like, pyrite is gray, right? See, I have it right here. Pyrite is gray. So it's very lucky. I love pyrite. There are a lot of pyrite stones in my house. You'll see pyrite is very, very good for you. Suddenly the money will come which is blocked. It's very good for money blockages. It is very good for good luck. It is very good to clean all the toxins in your body. You can keep it or you can have the water. But be careful. See if it's only an original. Then do it. Or you can just hold on to your pyrite and command it to clean all the toxins in your body. You can do that. So these are the colors. Okay. So colors basically make it easier for you to buy a crystal. When you're going to buy a crystal, oh, let's see Divya Pandit's video and see what she said and then buy a crystal. No. Connect with a color. Okay. Color, exactly what you want, your color will tell you. The crystals basically have their own energy. All crystals have their own energy. They have the ability to call you out. Suppose you walk into a crystal shop, or even if you're just scrolling on Amazon or maybe online, you know, you're trying to search crystals, you will see that crystals are calling you out. The one that will attract you the most, you buy that. Because crystals hold their own energy. They have their own mind, I will say. Okay? Their own mind. Crystals are exactly like your what will I say? Like your small little energy of someone who always listens to you. They're always waiting, as if how angels are waiting for your command. Same way crystals are waiting for your command. You command them that clear quartz, I want you to help me, give me a lot of mental clarity, and you say it with a very strong thought, and see, it will happen. They listen to you. They have vibrations. They are waiting for you to command them that you give me the orders and I will do it for you. That's how crystals work. You hold your crystals in your hand and you talk to your crystals. Now this might sound very, very funny, but it actually happens. I talk to all the crystals that are in my house. I speak to them, I talk to them, I connect with them very nicely, and they speak back to me. They give me messages. They tell me what I should do next. Suppose I'm asking them to clear out the energy field of the house, then the answer will come to me automatically as to where the block is, right? So this is how crystals work. I'll give you an example of my workshop in Ahmedabad. I was doing a tarot workshop over there, and I had taken few crystals with me for sale, and I had taken bracelets and everything like any other tarot card reader does. So I had displayed them, and almost my workshop was over and not even one crystal, got sold off. And I was very upset. So I just looked at them and said, you better get sold right now. Otherwise, I'm not taking you back. I might just put you here and go away. Literally out of anger, I just told them. And believe me, in next 20 minutes, not even one bracelet or one crystal was left. Everything got sold. So this is how crystals listen to you. They are at your command. Somewhere I had displayed them, but I had not given them the command that you need to get sold. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be with my clients. So that's how the crystals work. So you have to connect with the crystal energy very, very deeply. Now, how do we clean the crystals? How will we clean the crystals? We will clean the crystals by different ways. Very simple different ways I will teach you how to clean the crystals. This is a very common question in all my comments, right? So how are you going to clean the crystals? You are going to clean the crystal by using, you can use a singing bowl. If you have a singing bowl at home, then you can use, you can also use, you know, that mandir ka ghanti, you know, that bell that we do in the temple. That bell also is useful. Any kind of good spiritual sound you can clean your crystals with. You can hold it in the hand, do a singing bowl, or do that bell, right? Or I have a rattle, I'm a shaman, so I will rattle on it. The energy fields get clear. Secondly, you can wash, not in the bathroom. You should never wash your crystals in your bathroom where you take a bath. Always remember. Always wash your crystals in the kitchen. The kitchen sink, the kitchen tap. Open the tap, hold your crystal under the tap, let the water go running. Let the water go running for 10 minutes, your crystal is cleansed. Your intention to the water, you're going to tell water, you're going to clear all the toxins, all the negative energy around my crystal. Your crystal will get cleansed. That is one way. The other way is you command the water in the bowl, add some salt, keep your crystal in it after 10 minutes, wash it and keep it. Third thing, you can keep your crystal in sunlight or moonlight. Full moon day, you can keep your crystals out, okay, and command the moonlight and the crystals that you get cleansed by morning. Same way you can do with the sunlight, but I don't prefer sunlight personally, because what happens is if you keep crystals too much in the sun, they lose their color also. Now you'll ask me how they are their natural formations, but they are always under the earth layer. They are the second and the third layer. So the sunlight reaches them, but it's not a very direct light. Remember. So if you expose too much to harsh sunlight, they might lose their color. Remember this. Okay. Then the last way you can cleanse your crystal is infusions. Create infusions. Like you can add rosemary, you can add hyssop. Hyssop is also a herb. You'll get it on Amazon. You can add sage. You can add your cloves at home. Simple way. Add a bay leaf, add cloves, add black pepper, make a water infusion, and then wash your crystals with that. Right? Very simple way. Another simple way is dhoop. You know, we get dhoop at home. Every Indian household keeps dhoop in the temple. You put the dhoop around the crystal with an intention, or agarbatti smoke, or sage. If you have sage, burn some sage, take it around your crystal. It's just cleansed. At times what you can do is, you can take one main crystal, like I keep a clear quartz, okay, a little bigger one, and then the other crystals I keep it around the clear quartz, and I tell clear quartz, I command you to clean all the crystals. That is one very good way. I command you that you will heal all the crystals, and I keep them. I light some camphor diffuser next to that, and I leave them for 24 hours. So that main big crystal, that clear quartz, is basically only used to clean other crystals. That is also one way you can do. Very simple ways. Do not worry, do not take stress. Okay. Now, this was the part where I taught you all how to choose your crystal, how to clean your crystal. Now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to teach you how to clean your own aura with crystals, right? That's very simple. You take a terminator, okay? You take a terminator. Now how does a terminator look? So in the quarantine period, I couldn't find all the crystals, but the terminators which I was talking about are these, okay? They look like this. They are pointed and long. Can you see they are not very clear? But this is clear quartz, because this is the natural formations. These are very, very clear. These are also natural because I buy from reliable sources, but you can still see, I don't know whether it's visible, but there are small little crack type of things inside. Okay. These are terminators. These are called. Okay. So what you do is you take a terminator. Okay. You take a terminator, and if you want to clean your aura, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take a terminator and you're going to, as if you're weaving. How you weave? How you weave? like this, how you weave like this, right? Both the motions, okay, like this. Now you're going to do this again on Instagram. I had put up a aura cleansing video where I told you in Wicca and Wiccans and Hoodoo, people who do Wiccans, who practice Wicca and Hoodoo, they believe a lot in the morning time and evening time. From morning 6 to 7, rather the time when the sun rises, okay? The sun rises, you can check in the paper on an internet when the sun is going to rise. From that time, 1 hour ahead. Sorry. 1 hour ahead. So, if the sun rises at 6, then you have to start from 6 to 7 between that time. Okay? You take a terminator, you start weaving like this. What are you doing? You're basically weaving your aura. If you have a broken aura, if you have you've experienced a lot of trauma, if you experienced a lot of anxieties, depression, any kind of broken relationship, inner child issue, any kind of issue that is actually you're not feeling good about, then you will do this. Start weaving your aura. You will do it from 6 to 12 inches. Our energy field is 6 to 12 inches from our body. So you will take 6 inches or 12 inches, okay? And then you will start weaving from your crown chakra. You will go down. You don't forget below your feet. We always forget below your feet, even when we are removing any kind of nazar or anything. We forget to do it below your feet, right? So don't forget below your feet, then below your feet, here, round, and then back. So basically you have woven your aura and tightened it. So this is one way you can do healing with your crystals. Isn't that wonderful? It's one way, very, very beautiful way. You can do it for yourself, you can do it for your children, for your family, for friends, or your clients if you're a healer, right? This is one way to do crystal healing very, very well. The other way is buy 7 chakra crystals. You get it in any store, you get it in online, or just buy crystal according to the colors of the chakra. Crown is white, third eye is purple, throat is blue, okay, heart is pink or green, right? Solar plexus orange, sacral is yellow, and root chakra is red or maroon. Remember the colors, and according to the colors, buy your crystals. Just keep it from here, lie down in all the chakras and command the crystals to heal your chakras. This is one very beautiful way to heal your chakras. Very, very easy ways to heal your chakras, right? So now I'm going to teach you how to make a crystal grid. Okay? I will do one thing. I might tell the person who handles my videos, edits my videos, to just put a little bit of timestamps, as then you can just forward and see each and every section that I have spoken about, right? So I am going to be teaching you how to make a grid. Now I am not going to teach you any complicated grid, because when I learned crystal healing, it just used to go beyond my thinking. So this is what my teacher gave me when I learned crystal healing. Believe me, this is tree of life. Okay, and when I looked at it, I saw, Bapre, I will never ever learn, or maybe it looks so complicated, how to make a grid on it, right? So the best way I'm going to teach you all, the most easiest way, I'm going to turn it around. This is a wooden thing, okay? You can even make it out of cardboard, okay? Just take a cardboard paper, thick one. If you don't have, then ask some wooden, where you get all the wood things, tell them to give you a cut out of a plywood. Okay, you can make it smaller. This is very big. I had a small one, but I don't know where I have lost it. So you take a big one or a small. You can take a smaller one also, not so small. As much as you can handle. This is too big. What you're going to do is, now simple way to make a grid. What is my intention to make a grid? First, money abundance, health, love relationship. What is my intention? You just keep my intention. Your intention. Whatever you want. I want to manifest money, remove black magic. I want to do love binding, whatever, good relationship, anything. Whatever your intention, remember the color which I have mentioned. That color crystal should be in the between. Here, the middle part of it, your crystal should be there in the grid. Okay? Then, you're going to start clockwise. buy these terminators if you have. If you can, if you have the accessibility, if you have a crystal person, or if you can buy it on online. Terminators basically are used in grids mostly because they terminate good energy. Like you see the point. So if I keep two terminators like this, one behind the other, so the energy passes on, right? Like something like how electricity passes on. You know, in a lot of watches and a lot of electrical appliances, crystals are used. Crystals are used for a lot of things. We don't realize it. So like this you go, right? So like this you're going to place your crystals on the grid like this. Can you see? Like this. What we have to do, we have to stick them. Now if you stick them with a double tape, you can stick them. Normally most of the healers will tell you don't stick, but if you don't stick, they're going to fall out. And if you stick, you remember the tape has gum. Okay, it can collect dust on it. So you have to constantly be cleaning your grid. You cannot keep your grid absolutely dirty or dusty. Any crystal grid should not be kept, absolutely not be kept dirty. Okay, no dust formation on that, otherwise you will not manifest anything. Whatever you're using, a crystal grid, either you can use this terminators or just use these small tumbles. Small tumbles also you can put in a grid, but you have to do it clockwise. Now in the middle I am going to be putting my main issue. My main issue is suppose money abundance. So I'm going to put a money, good luck. I will put green, I associate with money. I'm going to keep also a citrine. Citrine also is abundance. Okay, so I'm going to keep one here and one here. These are my two main. Okay, two main. You can even draw with a sketch pen. You can draw with a marker. Just draw a circle. Keep your two crystals, main crystals inside. Now you can go clockwise. You can stick these clockwise like this, like this, like this, like this. Giving you example. I don't know whether I'm going clockwise also. You can start like this. Sticking crystals like this. Okay, you go, then you make it a spiral. You go, then again make a smaller circle, continuous one. Like suppose I start from here, I go like this, then I don't join the circle, I go inside. Okay, like this and back here, and then connect it to the main source, the main intention. Okay, this is what you can do. It is very, very easy. Do not get scared. Whatever I do it wrong, nothing wrong is going to happen. Your intention counts more. You can do the same with the tumbles. This is rose quartz. You can keep a rose quartz main in the between. Then you can take clear quartz. You can take another rose quartz. You can add as many crystals as you want in that. Do not fear. You can make it colorful by many colors of the crystals. I want everything. Okay, I want everything. So I will add citrine also. I'll add amethyst also. I'll add crystal, clear quartz. I'll add pyrite. I'll add everything. You can add all your intentions also in one. No need to get scared that this crystal healer said this and that crystal healer said that. People only try to scare you. Okay, your intention counts the most. Only things that you have to take care is that you don't have to let it get dirty, dusty, because crystals are very, very delicate. They absorb negative energy very fast. Just make a continuous small. Keep sticking. Okay, continuous spiral energy, and that is one of the best grids that you can make for yourself. Anyway, spiral is a very lucky symbol. It's a symbol of receiving, according to me, and you can just make that, or you can think of some other pattern, some lovely sacred geometry pattern. There is Merkaba, there is Metatron pattern, which is very commonly seen on Google. Okay, you can make any kind of pattern. You can add angels in them. Somebody had asked me about angel grid. You can add your angels in them, but just remember you have to go clockwise. That's it. You can make like a sun, you can make a round in between, then you can make sun rays. You can make that pattern also. Your main issue should be in the between. Remember, you can add other colorful crystals in it. So this was crystal grid. Okay. Now let's go next. I'm sure this is going to be your favorite part. How to do a crystal spell. Interesting. How to do a crystal spell. So I'm putting everything in one video because I don't have so much time to make separate videos, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you all how to do a crystal spell. I could have done this on a live. How much fun it would be, right? And talking to and interact with everyone. So how to make a crystal spell. Crystal spells can be made by just very simple ingredients, very simple things that you can do. Okay? What you're going to do first is, before you're starting any kind of spell, even when you make a grid, remember, you have to first clear the space. You're doing any sacred work, any spiritual work, like you're doing crystal healing, or you're doing crystal grid making, or you're trying to clean your crystals. Remember one thing, always learn how to clear the space where you're doing this work. So when I'm doing some work, I either clear the space every day in my house. Every day there is something or the other burning, either Palo Santo or my camphor, every day I burn. So you have to learn to clear the space. Either you will, where you're doing your work, either you clean it with salt water, okay? You'll burn some sage, you'll burn some camphor, whatever you have at home. Agarbatti, incense stick, dhoop, anything is useful for cleaning your space, okay? You can even burn cinnamon stick. I forgot to mention. Take a cinnamon stick, burn it. Even with that, you can clear your space. Okay? Clear your space. Okay? Then get your ingredients. The ingredients that you're going to get is one glass bowl. If you have a normal white candle, okay? I prefer only white candle in this spell because white candle works for everything. You don't have to rush to buy pink candle, green candle. But still, I will give you information about candles. White candle works for everything. You can just burn a white candle. Or if you want to do something more, then color. Like I told you about colors. Pink is for love. Red is for passion. Blue is for communication. Green is for healing, health. Gold is for abundance. Silver is also for money blocks. So you can connect those colors even with candles. What we are doing is we are manifesting. Okay, if we are, suppose I'm manifesting love, I'm trying to bind someone with love, my husband or my boyfriend, or maybe if I am trying to clear out energy in my house, I'm trying to get beautiful abundance for everybody in the house. White candle, best. If I'm trying to release negativity, then any dark color candle, dark purple, brown, dark grey, black. Always use dark colors for protection, for releasing. All light colors are for manifesting. Remember this simple funda. If you want to manifest something, use the colors like green, pink, red, you know. If you don't have any such candle, just use white candle, works for everything. If you're banishing something, banishing blocks in your relationship, banishing negativity, then dark colors, remember. And if you don't have black candle, use white candle only, it works for everything. Okay. Now I'm going to take the camera because I'm working from phone camera and I don't have my team. And I'm going to show you in a very simple way. So I'm going to show you about the crystal spell. So what we are going to do is we are going to take, I just have a tea light at home today. Otherwise you can take a small white candle, right? I've taken a glass bowl, right? My crystals are here. These are my herbs and these are my oils. So what you're going to do is, first, as I said, clear the space. After that, keep your candle, keep your ingredients. So before keeping the ingredients, you can even smudge all your ingredients, okay? Clean them, right? Even your herbs, when you hold it in your hand to put it in the candle, even that herb also you can smudge. Okay, and put little, suppose I put a little lavender, I'll show you. When I light the candle, I will just put a little bit over here. Yeah, and I will put a little lavender, I will put a little hibiscus. This is hibiscus. Whatever intention you have, you can add the herbs according to that, like rose petals for love, sage for removing negativity. Okay, for money you can add little cinnamon powder. Very easy. If you have a bigger candle, anoint it with, suppose you take a bigger candle, okay, a white candle. So the wick of the candle, if you're manifesting, should be pointing towards you. And if you're releasing something, then the wick should point outside. Okay, and that's how you're going to anoint. Anoint means putting oil. Anoint, I'm releasing. Putting oil, I'm manifesting. If you're anointing. If you're using bigger candles, you can, when you're putting the oil, you can add it in the oil and stick it to the candle. That's how you're supposed to do. Okay, just keep the candle. Okay, now I am manifesting money. I will add to this bowl, I'm adding a pyrite. I'm adding money for pyrite, and I'm adding citrine also here, right? So now I want to do this spell for manifestation money. I keep an intention, I put my ingredients, I keep a strong thought. I can even add a little oil in it. You can add cinnamon oil, you can add any oil that comes for money. Cinnamon normally is for money. Okay, and then I'm going to start doing this to my crystals. While speaking out my intention, I want to attract money now. I want all my money blocks to go. I want all my money to flow very easily. Okay, after doing this, I'm going to take the crystals and I'm going to start doing this. My money comes soon. Remove all money blocks very soon from my life. Both the hands you can use. No need to think whether I will use right hand or left hand. Whatever intuitively you feel, do this. After saying this, you will keep it here and you will let the whole candle burn down. This is when you're manifesting. You can do the same with love. You can add your rose quartz here. Okay, you can add your rose quartz, say your intention, then again take the rose quartz and start doing this while speaking your intention very strongly. Right? I always say your intention should be strong. Same with your amethyst for your spirituality, clarity. This is selenite. Okay? Right. Now what you're going to do is, when you want to banish something, what are you going to do? I want to banish away negativity, banish away fear, banish away anxiety, banish away anything that is negative, nazar, anything, addiction, anything that I want to banish. What I'm going to do, like I said, I am going to use the ingredients that I want to banish. I want to banish, so I'll put a little clove powder, pepper powder, or maybe few pieces of pepper over here. I will put my black tourmaline here. I'm banishing, right? I can put sage also. I'm banishing. So what I'll do is light the candle, take the crystal, again do this, put it in the bowl. Okay, I'm just giving example. I'm removing this rose quartz, put it in the bowl, say my intention, remove it, then again start doing this. Strong intention, strong intention. Okay, very strong intention. I can even take those crystal and put it around 9 times of the candle. You can do this for manifestation also. You can, even when you're doing with your rose quartz, when you've kept the intention, you can put it around 9 times. Okay, because then later on these crystals you will keep it with yourself. Put it on 9 times, keep it back here, keep an intention. After candle is half done, you will see almost the candle is half done. Okay, then you're going to take your candle and you're going to blow it. Blow it very fast. Now this you're going to do only when you are going to banish something. When you're manifesting something, do not blow your candle. You can only blow your candle when you're banishing something from your life. If you're manifesting something, never blow your candle. If it's a small candle, let it burn out. If it's a bigger candle, then take a spoon and put it off. Then use that same candle for next time. Okay, only for banishing you're going to blow off the candle. And then one thing, before blowing off the candle, remember this. Again I'm repeating, before blowing out the candle, when you are doing this, you kept your crystals here, the candle is still on. You're going to do this. I'm banishing. I banish fear. I banish anxiety. I banish all the negativity in my house. You're going to do that. And after that, you will take the candle, blow it out. Okay? This is how you're going to do your crystal spell. Crystal spell for banishing works very well, even for manifesting. So keep it in mind. So keep it in mind that anything that you want to banish, you have to blow out the candle, manifest. Do not blow the candle. Residue of the candle, keep it with you when you're manifesting. And the crystal that you have used at that time, keep it with you in your pocket, in your purse, in a small pouch. Like I said, for colored, it is for color, for pink color. Suppose I'm using a pink color crystal for manifestation, then I will use, I'm going to just put the camera like this, please, sorry. I'm in a mess because my team is not here and I have to record everything on my own. So remember, my team is not here, I'm in a mess. I don't know where how to hold my phone and do things. Okay, so let me put the camera properly here. Okay, so remember that it's too close. Okay, so remember that the crystals, the one you're manifesting with, remember that you have to keep it with you. The candle residue of the manifestation spell is going to be with you. Any color that you have chosen, the crystal I'm talking about, you have chosen a pink, so pink pouch, your crystal and your residue will be with you in your all the time with you, in your handbag, under your pillow, all the time with you. The banishing crystal that you've used, okay, tourmaline, yes, the tourmaline will be with you, but the residue of the candle, the remains of the candle, if it's a tea light, whatever is left, you're going to throw it out, okay, and the tourmaline, you will keep it with you for your protection, okay. This is how crystal healing works. I have given you step by step. It's a very long video, but remember, it's a very useful video. Every step, what is taught in a workshop, I have taught you all. I'm going to make one more video later on how to do meditation with crystal, okay, because otherwise this video is going to go very long, okay. So remember, always from the first step to the last step, from how to choose your crystal, how to smudge them, how to clean them, how to clean your aura, do healing with them, how to make a grid, and how to do a spell with crystals. So that's all for today. I know it was a little messy video, but I hope you all liked it. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be making more, okay, and do like my page on Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. And that's all for today. Goodbye, God bless, and call me for only personal paid appointments only. That's all. Bye-bye. And do give me your feedback. How did you like this video and how did you understand it? I would really like to know. And of course, more suggestions you have to give me to make more videos for you all. Okay? Bye. God bless.